Hi, I'm Neil from UseMyFrame.com, and I want to give you a quick update with how our new machine's going. There she is right there. So this machine is known for being exceptionally fast. It can cut through lenses, any material except glass, very fast, probably faster than most any other machines in its category. But what impresses me the most is the quality of the cuts and how it gives us the ability to take on jobs we never could do before. So, for example, this is a Chanel frame, and this is the lens that came in here. Now, this frame actually is not intended to hold prescription glasses, but our customer loves this frame. We told her about the new machine, and she said, hey, give it a try. See if you could do it, right? So this is the original lens, and look how thin that is, right? It's just a plano or non-prescription sun lens that goes in here. And what makes this frame so difficult is it's not just a regular bevel, but you see it has this like a window or a shelf or a step back, depending on who you talk to or what they call it. So that means that the lens has to be fit inside this little window, right? So think about it, normal, and look how thin of a space that leaves it. So the lens has to be this thick, but the only lenses this thick are going to be those with no prescription. What do you do when you have a prescription lens and you want to put it in something like this? Well, you're going to have to put this kind of a bevel, a shelf bevel or a step bevel, to be able to get it to fit. So now let me show you. This is the original one, and it goes in here just like this, and it snaps in. There it is. Okay. When I let the light reflect on it, it seems a little easier to see. And this is what it looks like from the back. Now you're saying, Neil, what's with that other lens, that clear lens? No. You're getting ahead of me here. Focus on this one, okay? Yeah, this is the one we did. Don't ruin it. So here it is, right? Now the way that the prescription lens looks, let me show you what that looks like. How the machine has to cut it to be able to fit in this style of frame. Here it is. So you will see that around the whole perimeter, we have a shelf or a step bevel. I always call this a shelf. Some people swear up and down and they get offended if you don't call it a step bevel. I'll just keep saying shelf. But if you're used to a step, that's what I mean too. Okay? But it has this little window almost that has to be very thin so it can fit inside that very thin groove of this frame, right? So normally on a normal frame, this part wouldn't be here. It would be sitting back against this part of the frame, so they would be equal. Well, this one, the back of the frame is coming way in. So you have to account for that. Otherwise, the lens is not going to sit in there. See the dilemma? Most machines can't make lenses for this style of frame. And not only that, but this is very large. This is a very large shelf bevel. It has to make a really big window around the whole lens to fit. Now, I personally think these would have looked better as sunglasses, the way they were. But the customer wanted to clear, and she does some, in her work, and she's going to wear them around. So I get that part too. So this is how the lens came out. I ran a few practice jobs, but it came out awesome. And let me show you the fit. Caleb, calm down. He's excited about the fit too. All right, here we go. So let me, and the fit is perfect. I don't have to use heat. In fact, we don't use heat on most of the jobs we do. Fun fact, we do them all cold. So here it is. It's flush. Look how nice that looks. Minus all my fingerprints on there. I was gonna say, it's 9:35 at night. Who's knocking on the window? All right, so, and we even engraved our customer's name. Little detail, this machine makes really easy. We thought that she would like that little personal touch. So, and then you look on the back, there's no gaps. It is an absolutely perfect fit. On the front, on the back, it's not bulging out. When we make these lenses, we check the curvature of this frame, and we use lenses to match that. Most places don't do that either. It's like Apple, right? Apple phones, they get the software and the hardware, and that's what, they say makes it so good. Same thing with the glasses. When we incorporate the frame measurements into the lenses themselves, they come out way better than if you just make the frames, mass production, make the lenses, and then try to reverse engineer by basically trying to force a lens that's not the best into a frame. And that's how you get ones that have the bulges, or they don't sit right, whatever. So I'm really, really happy with it. You'll see a little space right here, and that's just because that was the limit of the machine. It couldn't get that far in, but the other machines we have, it wouldn't even come close to this much. This is, like I said, quite a big step bevel, and the way it did it is beautiful. This came out awesome. So I'm grateful to our customers who sent us some challenging frames to really get us to learn this new machine and try throwing different things at it. And so far it's handled it like a champ. What else you got? Send them on in. Thanks for watching.